Welcome back to another day in the garden. I feel like it has been a long time since I have been able to film outside. I was in a wedding this past weekend, so that took up my entire weekend, and then I pretty much hit a level of total exhaustion. Yesterday when I got home, I fell asleep on the couch and was gonna come out here, and then I fell asleep again and I woke up, threw up, and then I felt fine ever since. So I'm pretty sure my body was just telling me, you need to rest. Anyways, this week has been super windy in Iowa, so that has been kind of a pain. The garden looks great though. We have some exciting new things coming out to the garden, which I will explain here in a minute, which really is what this whole video will be about. I'm currently in my barn grabbing a few things before we get started. I needed my gardening gloves, and then everything else I think I have outside already. I might be doing my filming inside today if the wind picks up. It has been super windy the last week or so here in Iowa, and you really never notice those things until you're ready to film something, and then it's just horrible. So I will try to save you guys your ears from listening to this awful wind noise, and if it gets to that, we'll just come inside and film and do what we need to outside when it's time. Let's get started outside. In my last couple of videos, I've had a lot of people comment and reach out saying things like, I would love to have a garden, but where I live, I don't have any room to plant one. I don't have any land outside to put one. I live in the city, so I can't plant a garden. And I've done a lot of thinking about how it would feel in my heart if I really wanted a garden, but I couldn't have one. I came up with 2 ways that can make gardening possible for you no matter where you live. So, if you stick around, I'm going to show you those 2 ways. The other day, I was scrolling through Instagram and I follow this girl, and she had shared a company that's called Green Stalk, and they're vertical garden planters. And when I saw that company, I thought, one, I need to have that product. It is beautiful, it's efficient, it is space friendly. And so I reached out to the company and they were gracious enough to send me one of their Green Stalks, which is one of the things I'm going to show you guys today. When you guys see it, you'll understand for yourselves. But when I say that this planter is beautiful, it is beautiful and it is quality. And one thing that is really unique about this company that I'm super excited about is it is a family-owned company. And I am a 100% supporter of small businesses. I am going to state now that I do have an affiliate link that I will be showing. And if you were to purchase a Green Stalk, I do earn a commission on that. What a blessing. That's all I can say. That's really cool and really exciting to my family. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys the Green Stalk. We'll get to putting this thing together and you guys can see how great it is too. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys one quick story before we got started. The other day, I walked into my barn and I thought I saw something move, and I walked in the door and right above my head, yes, my head, was a raccoon. And if I still have the footage, I'll insert it on the screen now for you to see. But anyways, it ended up sitting on the roof. I was home alone and it was pretty freaky. I haven't even unboxed this all the way. I just opened it to pretty much look at the color because I was so excited about it. And that's as far as I got. And I had to move inside the barn because the wind is intense outside and you guys would not be able to hear a thing I would say. And so for that, I came inside. But anyways, let's open this. Isn't this color just perfect? They have multiple colors. I know there's a brown, a black, I believe, and then there's a light gray, a green, and then this terracotta color. I got the package really quick. It came from Tennessee. Is this not the most beautiful color? I love it. And this is really good quality. I didn't know exactly what to expect, but gosh, this is sturdy. One unique thing about this plastic is it's BPA free, it's food grade safe, and so I 100% know I will not be getting plastic chemicals leached into my food, which is really important to me. First, I just need to fill this with dirt. I'm gonna go outside and grab my dirt. Excuse me. After reading the instructions, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill all of these up with some potting mix. I'm actually really surprised with how deep these pockets are for the roots of your plants to grow down. These are a good, like, almost foot deep. Now that I have all my planters filled with dirt, I'm gonna go outside and get all my plants and bring them in and then just plant them in here. I'm out of breath. The last bag of potting mix that I had to bring in was wet, so it was heavy. The other day, I went to the store and bought all these plants, and I had my mom pick up a few for me last night because I never counted how many I was going to need. I picked the 5-tier Green Stalk. They have multiple tiers, 5 being the most. There's 6 pockets in each tier, and I did not have 30 plants. So I got a bunch of plants, but then I'm gonna plant some seeds in them as well because you can also grow seeds in these planters. So I got some lavender, a jalapeno, hot cayenne pepper, a piece of cabbage, basil, cucumber, cilantro, a poblano pepper, green bell, pita pepper, Thai basil, habanero pepper, parsley, another basil, and then more cucumber. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of organize my planter. I want to do my vining plants, I think, at the top so they vine down. I went ahead and placed all of my plants. This isn't even planted yet and it's already perfect. The spots that do not have plants, I'm gonna go ahead and plant some green beans as well as a couple of them. I'm gonna put some marigolds just to give the planters some color. So my method kind of was to put more of my vining plants towards the top. So like I did a zucchini there, cucumber here, which will be the 4th row, and then I did another cucumber in the 3rd row. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just get these planted, and then we'll move on to the next step. In the little instruction book, it tells you how many seeds to put in per pocket if you're going to do seeds. I'm going to do some green bean seeds as well as some marigolds. And so it says to put 3+ per pocket. So I'm going to do 3 seeds of green beans, and then I'll probably just do about 3 seeds of marigolds. Each tier gets one of these little watering discs that they just sit right on this little piece, just like that. And I will show you how these watering discs work once I put it together, but you put a water disc between each tier, and then on the very top, you put this piece that looks like this, and there's numbers all along the side, and whatever tier you have, you fill the water to that. The water goes from this one all the way down. It fills up these little guys, and then it waters each of your beds for you. If you have a garden, you know how much time it takes to water it, and to be able to just walk up to something, pour water in the top of it, and that's all you have to do, that is pretty great. Kind of snaps into place, and as you can see, the plant kind of sits back close to this, and the water, when you water it, it goes down these little holes and comes out by the plant. I'm gonna go ahead, carry these all outside. I think the wind has died down enough, and let's get this set up. One thing about the Green Stalk is that it has to be on a flat surface. So I went to Walmart and I picked up some cement pavers. I got these 4 cement pavers, and then Jay and I just went ahead and made them so they're level. My garden sits on a slant, and so if I were to put this Green Stalk on a slant, when I water it, all the water would go down to the side that has a slant, which then in return would leave that half overwatered and the other half that is up on the slant not watered enough. So these pavers were only like $1.90, and we just got 4 of them and then leveled them out. I chose to get a spinner. One, so if this side from the barn is not getting enough sunlight, I can spin it. And since I was ever so slightly worried about the tilt of the cement here, I knew that if this side was getting overwatered, I could just spin my planter. When these are put on, they just kind of lock together, just sits on there real nice. I've just been kind of lifting it up and then getting out any leaves that got caught underneath. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? It is seriously so beautiful. So let's go ahead and just water it and see how well it does watering. This is really neat. So the water is dripping all the way down from this top basket all the way down to the bottom, and I can see that all of the pods are getting wet. Because my seeds don't have roots yet, I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a little extra water so I can start getting them to germinate. Like I said before, this would be a really simple way for anybody to have a garden no matter where they live. You could easily put this on your porch, on your sidewalk, inside your house, like by a window. The spinner that it is sitting on is only 16 inches around. And so this means this planter really only takes up 16 inches of width. And then obviously the height, I'm 5'4", and this is just a little bit shorter than me, the 5 tier. And then obviously you have to give your plant some room to grow out, but for the most part, this hardly takes up any space and would be a really effective way to have a garden. This video is going to be 2 different ways to show you ways that you guys can have a garden, no matter where you live, whether you live in the city, whether you live in the country. This is a way of container gardening. This project that I'm going to show you, you only need 4 supplies. The first supply you need is a basket. You can get any closed basket from anywhere, it doesn't matter the shape or size. This one I just picked up at the Dollar Tree. The second item you need is a canvas bag. This is just a standard size bag. The third thing that you will need is some form of dirt. I am using potting mix, but you could also use some dirt from a farm field or outside. Since I have this is just going to be what I'm using. The last and final item that you will need is your plant or seeds. Either of these will work great in this type of gardening system. In this case, I'm going to be using plants because these were given to me by one of my mom's clients. The tomato plants that she gave me can get up to 6 feet tall, so they just will not work well in my raised garden beds, but they should do fine in my containers. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your basket and you're just gonna put your canvas bag in the basket. And I'm gonna go ahead and tuck the handles in the bag. The nice thing about canvas bags is that you do not have to drill holes in them since water will seep through anyways, and it is important to have a good drainage system when you garden, and this one's set up and ready to go. Next, I'm just going to take my potting mix and fill the bag. I went ahead and finished filling up my canvas bag with some topsoil. And now I'm going to go ahead and plant my plant. I'm just going to add an extra couple scoops of dirt here to the top to make sure it's in there really well. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other 2 containers that I bought, and then I'll show you guys the final result. I love the smell of tomato plants. Because I planted tomatoes in all of my canvas bags, I am gonna go ahead and put a layer of mulch on the top of each of these. My mulch I was able just to get for free from our local brush. People in town can bring trees there, and then every so often they have someone come in and mulch up all the dead trees. And so I've just gone there a couple times and got a couple garbage cans full of mulch. You can plant pretty much anything in a container. You just need to look on the back of the package and it will tell you usually if it can be planted in a container, or you could just look it up online. If you guys try this project, please take a picture and tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you did. So for now, I have my mulch right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and mulch all of my bags. Here's the final product, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you are unable to garden because of space or any reason like you don't have a yard, I would really encourage you to look into the 2 methods that I showed you guys for planting a garden. And if you guys have any other methods that you use at home, I would love to hear it and read about it in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas for my garden and just fun ideas to see how people do things. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as like the video and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.